Well, Raptor fans, it's over. The 2020-21 season for the Toronto Raptors has come to a close. They lose this one 125 to 113 to the Indiana Pacers, and they end the season with a 27-45 record, and they've lost 7 straight to close out the year, and they're 1-9 in their last 10 games. But we don't really care about that. Honestly, at this point, since we locked up that spot, we just wanted to get these games over and done with. And good news, we have. For the Raptors players' sake, for our sake, this season is over. For many reasons, that's great. Now, with the season ending comes lots of question marks, and we'll get to those in the latter half of the video. But let's break this game down for a second. Because you saw some good performances. Ideally, most of the starters played 40-plus minutes because you didn't want to use anybody else. But they played pretty well. They showed some good signs out there, did some of the young fellas for the Toronto Raptors. In the first quarter, you're minus 130, 130. And the second quarter is where you lost the game. You allowed 37, and you only scored 25. You're minus 12 in the quarter. You're minus 13 at halftime. And you go into the third quarter, you win it by 2, but you're still down by 10 going into the fourth, and they got no momentum. Even though I think Indiana's on a back-to-back, it doesn't really matter. They win the fourth quarter 31-30, and like I said, beat the Raptors 125-113. Raptors shoot 40% from the field, 32% from three-point range. Not very good all around. 79% from the line. That's all right. That's pretty good, I guess. I'll take it. But they shoot 50% from the field and 40% from three-point range. It's been a recurring theme all year long. Teams shooting 40% or better from three-point range against the Toronto Raptors. And we saw that again today. They shot 78% from the line. On the glass, the Raptors were +1 and +6 on the offensive glass. But now let's get to the young player. Or no, I didn't even say young players. Let's get to the players. You saw a lot of guys today taking shot totals that you'll basically never see again. Khem Birch, not one of those, but either way, 18 points, 14 boards, 4 dimes for Khem Birch. Shot 8 of 15 from the field, so a good job shooting over 50%, getting you the double-double. Great job by Khem Birch today. DeAndre Bembry, he shot a career high in three-point percentage this season. He dropped 23 points, 5 boards, 9 dimes, shot 9 for 22 from the field, was 1 of 5 from 3, and had 3 steals in the game today. The guy took 22 shots. You'll never see that from DeAndre Bembry again. It just feels that way. Stanley Johnson had 24 points, 5 boards, 7 dimes. He shot 6 for 18, was 3 of 12 from 3, so not pretty there. He got 20 plus, but when you take 18 flipping shots, I sure hope you make some of them. But he had 2 steals in the game as well. I'm just ripping through this because we want to talk about what's to come for the Toronto Raptors. And Malachi Flynn, one of the young guns for the Toronto Raptors, 27 points, 4 boards, 5 dimes today. Shot 8 for 22, was 5 of 13 from three-point range. Had 2 steals and a block today. And it's all about seasoning for Malachi. Just keep getting out there, keep getting the reps, keep putting in the work, and he'll be a great player. Honestly, we all see it. We've seen it with him and Jalen Harris, kind of the young possible backcourt for the Toronto Raptors off the bench is looking very nice. Now the question is, can they put it together on a winning team? That's something we'll have to wait and see. But for right now, those 2 kids playing really well in the latter half of this season and closing the year very strong. Fred Gillespie played 40 North minutes. He had 7 points, 10 boards, 1 dime. I've said it countless times with Freddie, and it's pretty obvious that going into the offseason, his primary focus will be on the offensive end. You know the rebounding's there. You know the shot blocking is definitely there. And he's an active player all around. But in the offensive end, he doesn't really seem like a whole big of a threat. 7 points, 10 boards, 1 dime on 3 of 9 shooting from your big on the inside. That's not good enough, right? But he'll learn, he'll get better. And we have him for a 2-year contract, guys. So it's going to be exciting to see how this kid grows over the next year or two. All right, and Aaron Flippin Bates. It would not be the last game of the year. It wouldn't be 2020-2021 for the Toronto Raptors if Aaron Baines ends the year playing only like 26 minutes or whatever he played, and had a double-double, 14 points, 10 boards, shot 5-11, and made 3 threes, right? It wouldn't be 2020, 2021 with Aaron Baines doing that, right? What a way to end the year. That's all I got to say. All right, so that's it for the player stats. I don't even think there was anybody else who even played. They ran 6 or 7. I think it was either 6 or 7 guys they ran out there today. So it was a really weird one. And then you had Baines, Birch, and Gillespie out there at once. And I'm like, who's playing the 3? You know it's the last game of the year and you got nothing to lose when you're seeing that. I mean, that was very weird to watch. But either way, the season is over, Raptor fans. All right, we can all breathe. We can all just kind of relax. We don't have to watch any garbage basketball for the Toronto Raptors, for the rest of this season. It's done. But now the focus turns. First off, do we play in Toronto next year? I think that is the glaring thing that we need to have happen. This team cannot be playing in Tampa again because it affected them and it affected us because we can't watch our team live, and it was just, you have a home game against, like, Charlotte. But there's more Charlotte fans than Toronto Raptor fans. When the heck would you ever say that this season? We need to find a way to get this team back to Scotiabank Arena next year. But if we're talking player and personnel, the question is now, what happens with Kyle Lowry? Obviously, he didn't play much of the rest of the season after the trade deadline, which I don't really understand why he didn't get traded then if you weren't going to play the guy. Either way, it is what it is. It didn't happen, so be it. But the question is, what do you do with Kyle? Do you bring him back? Do you let him walk? Let me hear your guys' thoughts in the comments. I know people are going to get mad at him because he hasn't played the rest of the season, the possible trade, and blah, blah, blah. But think about it from a basketball perspective. Can he help this team? Is he worth the amount of money that he's asking for? Whatever the case may be, do you think Kyle Lowry's Toronto Raptor next year? I'm going to sit here and just, I'm going to say no. I don't think so. The money that he's going to be asking for is going to be a lot. And with the Raptors having Fred VanVleet ready to take over the reins, we've been saying that for years now. And we've clearly seen that Malachi Flynn and guys like Jalen Harris they're sound guys off the bench you could probably use. So do you need Kyle Lowry? I don't know. I love Kyle. I love what he brings to the table every given night when he's playing. But the question is he worth 30 plus mil or whatever he'll be asking for? That I don't know. And that's the question I'm going to pose to you guys in the comments below. Does Kyle wear a Toronto Raptors uniform next year? Or does he be like all the other guys and go to Los Angeles, which I would absolutely despise. But it is what it is. It would be his choice. That's all there is to it. So that's my question to you. I want to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments below. The question is, we've all been hearing people say, trade Pascal. Does that happen this offseason? I don't think so. I think if the Raptors do get back to Toronto and we do have some sort of fans here, allow some sort of capacity I don't know if it's going to happen, but if that's the case, we have actual Raptor fans here. Don't be surprised if Pascal does exactly what he did pre-bubble last season. Because since then, he had never been the same. And the whole team has talked about this whole experience being a gong show. Don't be surprised if Pascal goes off next year in Toronto. What happens with OG? Does he take that next step next year? Does Fred VanVleet take that next step? Are you going to see other guys, take that next step? Or the Raptors get bold in free agency. They get bold with the trademark. We've seen Masai Ujiri. What happens with him? Does he get his contract? There are so many question marks going into this offseason, starting with Masai and Kyle Lowry. But I'm going to leave it right there, Raptor fans. And before I sign off for the final time, game-wise, I'll be doing the season review, off-season preview a little bit later on to let us kind of mellow. No pun intended there, Carmelo. But let this season mellow and think about it and not overwhelm yourself right now. Give yourself like a week or so and then come back and talk about the year that was and what we think moving forward. Okay? But as for the games, I'm going to sign off, Raptor fans. It's been a grind. 72 games have come and gone. It has been a rough season at the least, to say the least. But it's been a year, and I appreciate every single one of you guys for viewing these videos, whether you watched one or you watched all 72. I appreciate every single one of you guys for watching these videos. It takes a lot of effort out of me sometimes to do videos, especially when a team's not playing well, but I appreciate all the great feedback I get constantly from you guys, even when I screw up sometimes. All right, so guys, that is going to do it for this one. For the final time this year, smack that like button. I do appreciate that, you guys. Hit the subscribe button if you guys have not already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the season, and your thoughts on Kyle Lowry and Masai Ujiri going into next year. I want to hear you guys' thoughts in the comments below. Twitter's down below for myself. Follow up, send me a DM, do that great stuff. The Instagram link is down below, so follow up there if you have not done so already, guys. And I will talk to you Leafs edition on, again, either Tuesday or Wednesday. Not quite sure as of yet when I'm going to be doing it. I'm leaning more towards the Wednesday, but we'll have to wait and see how it all plays out. As we'll be doing the round one preview against the Montreal Canadiens. That's going to be a lot of fun. Game one there is 7:30 on Thursday night. That's going to be so much fun. Wish there was fans, but it is what it is. And as for the Toronto Blue Jays, they hang on for dear life today against the Philadelphia Phillies to win the series at TD Ballpark. We'll talk to you guys very shortly as the Jays won that one 10-8. All right? And Raptor fans, I've said it a few times at the end here. I will say it again. Thank you so much for all the support you've given the channel, all the support you've given these videos over the course of this season. It hasn't been easy for any of us, but I appreciate every single one of you coming on here and watching me go crazy sometimes, all right? So thank you guys so much for listening and watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. We'll talk to you guys then.